Chill or Be Chilled by TotalSkeletonTrash. Chapter 3, in which Undyne nearly flexes out of the room. So, the word hangs in the air, loaded, the second you hang up your coat in the locker at work the next day. You take a deep breath and turn to face Undyne. The woman is still wearing her own leather jacket, leaning across the wall of lockers, giving you a huge, pointy smile. So, you say innocently, grabbing your work boots from the bottom of your locker and tugging them on, trying not to fall over as you do so. So, you made a friend yesterday, Undyne sings. If anything, her smile grows wider. You play it cool. I make lots of friends. You'll have to be more specific. Reeds, you know who I'm talking about. She stomps. The floor shakes slightly, and you glance down nervously. Undyne, maybe less stomping. This room is right above the stingray tank, I think. Undyne freezes, then very slowly, very calmly takes her jacket off, changing for work as well. She seems terminally unable to do so without flexing. So, she tries again after an agonizing 30 seconds. Why did my friend Sans text me asking for your number? She gives you another gleaming, fake polite smile. About that, you say. Do you just give any guy my number, Undyne? I know, Sans. I figure he had a good reason. Stop changing the subject. She grumbles, holding the locker room door open for you. You're both wearing blue t-shirts with the aquarium's logo on them, khaki pants, and the all-too-necessary boots. You'd slipped on penguin poop way too many times to try to get away with just wearing sneakers. You walk out with her, heading to the room where the penguin's morning meal is stored. We met at the vet's office yesterday, you finally admit. Oh man, what did your cat do? Undyne says, looking apprehensive. You're a little embarrassed that you've barely known this woman for 2 weeks and you've already told her enough about ghosts to make her fear the worst. Nothing, for once. Just getting him his shots. What are shots? She asks, sounding excited. Oh man, is that an upgrade like Alphys does to robots? Is shots an attack he can do? You'd been having this kind of exchange since you first met. It never fails to make you laugh. Oh man, no, thank God he can't. No, shots are... She slaps a wet-feeling webbed hand against your mouth before you can go into detail. You do your best not to be insulted. Wait, explain later. You're getting off track again. Her yellow eyes glint, and she pulls her hand away and pushes the door to the refrigerated feed room open, casually picking up 2 heavy buckets of fish in each hand. She is ridiculously ripped, you think, a little jealous. Well, Sans was bringing Lesser Dog in. He ate a lizard. Undyne begins to cackle at that and helps you as you struggle to get your arms around the last bucket of fish. Oh my god, Lesser Dog is such a weirdo! She crows. Hey, I liked him. He's cute. You argue back, unwilling to have the guilty-looking creature maligned any further. Lesser Dog or Sans? Undyne bats her eyelid innocently. You glare and nod at the door to the penguin enclosure. Shush. You ready? I'm always ready, she boasts and pushes the door open. Several seconds later, you're both knee-deep in squalling, squawking penguins, each acting like they'd been starving for days, when you knew for a fact they'd been fed at closing last night. Sitting on a fake rocky outcrop, you begin tossing fish out to the penguins, trying to get a fair distribution to your charges. Undyne has a different method. She tosses the fish above the penguins' heads into the water with an exceptional amount of gusto. The penguins love it, of course, since it's almost like catching fish in the wild. But you worry about the little guys getting as much food as the bigger ones, so you stick to your method. As always, you can feel the eyes of the aquarium visitors crawling on your back. That's actually something you're a little worried about. It feels like attendance has tripled since Undyne started working with you. You suppose every dollar goes to supporting the animals here and their wild counterparts, But you can't help but worry that some of the tourists here see Undyne as an exhibit rather than an employee. You don't know if you should mention that to her or how to tactfully bring that up. But when you hear actual cheering and clapping coming from the other side of the glass, you glance up sharply, ready to curse out anyone who might be mocking your coworker. Yes, Undyne! Throw the fish with all of your might! Yeah, sweetie. Good job. Oh God almighty, are you blushing again? In the front of the crowd, and being given a wide berth by many of the other guests, are 3 monsters and a small human. You can make them out through the glass separating the exhibit from the public. It's tinted for the penguin's sake, but it can't be mirrored or they'd forever be crashing into it. Alphys is beaming at Undyne, who stops what she's doing to give a wave to her friends. After a second, you do the same. Standing next to Alphys is a tall skeleton, already wearing an aquarium t-shirt and a souvenir baseball cap. He's waving back at the 2 of you so enthusiastically, you begin to worry he'll hurt himself. You figure that this one simply has to be Papyrus. You can't get that one wrong twice. Next to him, of course, is Sans. He's looking down at a small human, a child, who's clutching at his bony hand. That's true affection on his face, you recognize. You're trying to figure out how you know the kid when Sans looks up at you. His grin grows cheekier, and he gives you a quick wink. Shit, caught staring. Flustered, you begin redistributing fish at double speed, much to the penguin's delight. Hey, they brought Frisk! Undyne says, sounding delighted. I can't believe nobody told me Frisk didn't have school today. I can't believe Frisk didn't text me. We're besties. Oh my god, Reeds, how do you still have fish left? Her buckets are empty, so she digs into yours, but does take more care this time to make sure the chicks and the older penguins get their fair share. Yes, my friend and mentor Undyne is certainly a wonderful caretaker of these small and dapper birds. You can hear the bellow of the tall skeleton clearly over the squawking of the penguins, and you look over at Undyne, chuckling. Sounds like you've got a big fan, Undyne. Undyne grins, less wolfishly this time. That's Pat. I've told you about him 1,000 times already. Oh, but of course you know about him already. It's your new boyfriend's brother, she says, the evil look returning to her face. You pray desperately that Sans wasn't lying last night when he said he didn't have super hearing. Undyne, please. I'm enough of a mess when I'm not getting made fun of, you say in an undertone. You're not lying. When you're embarrassed, you get clumsy, and God, apparently you even blush now? Is it possible that this is some magic and Sans is messing with you, you wonder? You really haven't blushed so much in your entire life as you have in the past 2 days. Undyne, naturally, notices. She manages to drop her voice as she pointedly asks, Why are you so embarrassed? Is there something wrong with dating my friend Sans? Is it, well, the skeleton thing? Do you think it's wrong to date monsters? She sounds like she's teasing, but you can hear the sincerity of the question underneath her wicked tone. You groan again and scoop the last of few fish out of your bucket. You can practically feel the stares of your spectators on the other side of the glass. Of course not, you hiss, head ducked a little, pretending to be focused on the birds. After a moment, you clear your throat and speak a little louder. We haven't known each other for that long, but you know I'm not like that, right? I mean, I hope I've made it clear. Monsters, humans, we're all just people. Souls, you know? You strip away the outsides, all the fur and blood and magic and whatever, and we're the same. We all just want to be loved for who we are. I might be a mess who panics at the idea of being in a relationship, but it's not because I think anything's wrong about monsters and humans dating. God, the more love in this world, the better. This place could certainly use it. Undyne's expression goes awfully soft at the earnestness in your voice. Man. Okay, you big mushy weirdo. No more teasing about the bonehead, she says, shoving your shoulder. You nearly topple off your rock, but you smile up at her all the same. For at least 3 hours, she adds quickly, her grin growing. You roll your eyes and hop up, grabbing 2 empty buckets while she gets the rest, managing this whole time not to look back up at the gallery where the monsters and humans are watching you from. You're relieved when you're back in the tunnels that connect the different habitats where no more interested eyes can follow you. Sans doesn't have super hearing. Sans doesn't need super hearing. He has something better. He has Frisk. Hey, kiddo, he mutters, watching you and Undyne feed your small, hungry responsibilities. Papyrus is distracted by all the little birds, not to mention the sight of Undyne working so energetically. Alphys is distracted by that too, though the childlike delight in Papyrus's expression isn't mirrored on the small dinosaur's face. Sans can tell she's having sinful thoughts. Good for her, he thinks, and looks back at Frisk. Can you do me a little favor? Frisk grins up at him and holds both palms up, seesawing them. Sans chuckles. Maybe, he drawls. Come on, kid, throw me a bone. Yeah, I know, that's an old one. He cuts off Frisk's predictable complaint. Seeing the penguins splashing in their artificial Antarctic sea, he tries again. Can you tell me, what are they saying? Frisk smiles. That was a new one. Leaning so close to the glass that their forehead touches it, Frisk watches your lips move closely, signing along rapidly. Sans translates the signs in his head, lagging behind the conversation just enough that he can't match up your expression with what you're saying. By the time he's pieced together your big defense of human-monster relations, you're already out of sight. God damn it, he thinks, leaning forward so his skull also rests against the cool glass. You aren't just funny or cute, you're sweet too. People like you don't last long in this world, he muses, feeling just a little bit of worry twisting below his ribs. But still, underneath all the blood and fur and magic, he supposes you're right. You're more or less the same. Just 2 skeletons trying to make the new world a little better. He glances down when he feels a tug on the sleeve of his parka. Frisk is beaming up at him. Hey, what's so funny, kid? Sans drawls. Frisk hops up and down twice before calming down enough to sign. I see you like her. Not even Frisk could dodge the ensuing noogie. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you liked it, hit the like button to let me know and subscribe to see what I make next. Links in the description lead to the original fic posted on AO3, as well as my Patreon and Ko-fi. If you like my stuff, please consider supporting me. Every little bit helps. Lastly, if you have a request for a recording, whether a one-shot or a series, let me know in the comments. I also do commissions, details of which are on my Patreon. So keep in touch. Bye!